This man is Robocop. He was a very good cop who cared about people, the safety of people, doing his job so well that even when he died, they had to bring him back, bring at least his face and his brain, I think. He had to come back and work. So I was reading a scripture in the Bible where Jesus was talking about the rich man and Lazarus. Most people think that parable is about money, riches, and poverty, that it's so hard for a rich person to get to go to heaven than it is for a camel to go through an eye of a needle. People think the story is only about that, but there are messages, and it's not even that deep. That's like one of those easy parables Jesus has actually given people. Jesus was the most wisest man who ever walked on the face of the earth. Nobody was as wise as Jesus. So he just made it so easy. He just gave him a parable. He was talking about something, yet in that one thing, there were a lot of messages that whoever was listening and looking to get something from it, they probably got in something. Look, here he talks about a man's heart that is only after riches. He does not care about anyone else. He only cares about accumulating wealth. The man dies. He goes to hell. When he's at hell, he sees Lazarus, the poor man, who was always begging at the gate. You see, he's seen that the guy is now at the bosom of Abraham. He says, Lazarus, can you please just give me a drop of water? Then when he realizes it's not possible, then he shows number two. The first one was his heart was he cared about money. Number two, he cares about his family. He says, okay, can you please get someone to tell my brothers to choose their better ways, make better choices, so that they don't come to this place. You understand? So he shows you that as much as he cares about money, he knows now that there are bigger things. Some things are bigger than others. Some choices are more important than others. You can choose to pursue money, pursue wealth, pursue power. But if you don't make better choices about your afterlife, what's going to happen after life, he realized this man that his brothers are going to end up where he is. So what does he do? He tries to be Robocop now. He wants to get the message back. He wants to go and help the living now, even when he's dead. He says, no, I want to help my brothers. So he wants to be this guy now. He wants to be Robocop. You see. But now Jesus shows another message here. He shows that it's not possible. When you are dead, you are dead. You cannot come and influence the living, the lives of others. It's not possible. So all the stories that you hear that we've got, especially black people, that we've got Robocops, you've got your aunt and your uncle who are looking after you. It's not possible. It's not them. It's probably something that is just wearing the face of your uncle. Look at Robocop. Robocop was not really him. It was his face and whatever the memories or whatever the case was. You understand? So whoever you are thinking is your relative, we have seen in the scriptures, there can never be any communication from wherever they are to earth. Unless if you think Jesus was not telling you the truth. Unless if you believe Jesus did not exist and all the things that he did, even though science and history and archaeologists, they've proven that all the things that are written about Jesus, they are true. So everything else can be true except this one thing. You see. So whoever you think is your Robocop, who died and somehow they managed to revive his spirit, or his spirit is still floating on earth here, fighting for you, demanding cows and all these things that normally they demand also, which also does not make sense at all. I mean, someone A person never had chickens, never had goats. They would somehow come in your dreams and demand black bull. Yet they have never left you any money to buy it. And you believe that no, that should be them. For you to get a job, you have to go loan some money and buy a cow so you can do a sacrifice, spill the blood for them. You knew that your grandmother did not even like meat to start with. Yet you believe it, that somehow they are a Robocop. They've come back to fight for you, to fight for your battles. They've come back to help you get a job. I don't know, man, but it just sounds too far-fetched. Someone is using your relative's face the same way they were using Robocop's face. Robocop was just the face. The rest was just metal created by someone somewhere. You understand? So that is just something I was thinking about. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I hope you get to think about it deeply. That the scripture where Jesus is saying, the rich man said, okay, please get someone to speak to my brothers. He wasn't paying this guy. And he did not care about what he left his brother. He didn't care about the money. He didn't care about the legacy he has left. He was concerned about the choices they make. I hope they don't come to this place where I'm at, because it was not comfortable. And he knew that chances are, if they can see someone who looks like him and tell them that, please don't come to make better choices, they would believe. So think about this. If someone was listening, or something was listening to him and had access to his relatives, what do you think could have happened? And that something that was listening to him had the ability to copy his face, his picture, his appearance, and appear to one of the relatives and influence them to even something that obviously didn't have good intentions. Appear to them and tell them that no, the way you are living fine. Do even worse things now, because I'm happy where I'm at. Because we know who's the father of lies. We know the deceiver. Don't you think he would have done that? Or it done that? He wouldn't have done that. I'm talking obviously about the devil, the demons, familiar spirits.